Hey you guys, it's your favorite little keto goofball diamond, and this is technically not a keto video, but kinda sorta. Today I'm going to share with you the supplements I use for keto or for ketosis or for whatever I'm using them for, and some skincare that I'm currently trying because it's gotten a little scary, and some of the ideals have gotten a little scary, and my doggy wants to join, I think. No, he's going to go in there. That's Jake, one of the loves of my life. Alright, come get some pots. Come get some pots. You're making my fat jiggle, dude. You're making my fat. It's okay though. Oh, you stink. You need a bath. Whew. Smell like a doggy. You smell like a doggy. Still, I'm a doggy lady. What the hell do you want from me? Yeah. Okay, so he's not gonna leave me alone now. Hi. Now lick. Ooh, I'll be right back. I forgot. I bought him some smelly doggy spray for in between baths. Smells a little better now. Okay, so I'm going to, like I said, share with you some hopefully anti-aging tricks and some keto electrolyte things that you can do. Now, I've seen a couple videos this morning because I went searching for something that I was really convinced was the truth, only I've never actually seen any research on it. But I'm sure it was out there, you know? Alright, so let's talk skin cancer, because for those of you who don't know, my husband has a big skin cancer spot on his nose. And this doctor's, of course, stay out of the sun. And he's like, dude, I don't go in the sun. He's like, me? We don't really go outside much. Now, we do go from the house to the car, and we spend hours upon hours in the car, and then home or into a store, but staying directly out in the sunlight, usually we don't do that unless we're in the mountains, and it's usually gray, overcast, and we're in some trees. And by the way, my scalp is sunburnt. Can you see the difference in color? Sunburnt. It's not pleasant. Gotta watch your comb very much. When I was younger, it was like, I wish I had that long, light blonde hair. No, you don't. I'm getting ready to be one of those women, those little prissy women that run around with that little big brimmed hat that blocks all the sun, because ow, I used sunblock the other day, still got mildly burnt, only I didn't use it in my hair. Now, from now on, if you see me saying I'm going somewhere like the beach, the mountains, or Carowinds again, and my hair looks greasy, don't ask no questions. It's sunblock. I just rubbed it all through my head because I ain't getting burnt on my head no more. Now, hubby was smart. He left his hat on in the pool, a wave pool. We had to chase his hat down a couple times, but hey, at least his head didn't get burnt, and mine did. This ain't the first sunburn I've had to my scalp either, just so you know. Alright, so let me bring back to the point I was actually trying to make instead of being all over the place. I had a theory, a personal theory, and like I said, at this point I hadn't seen any research on this, but I do know that positive sun rays don't penetrate windows. Not at all. The vitamin D3 rays that you're going to get aren't coming through that window. They're not. You have to be out in direct sunlight to get the good rays of the sun. Unfortunately, the bad ones, the UVA, do penetrate windshield glass and window glass. If you sit beside a window at work and it's not protected, and believe it or not, tinting is not protection from UVA. It's not. Some do have it in there, and when you go to have your car windows tinted, you can ask, and they should have that information on hand. But the tinting doesn't necessarily mean that you have any protection from UVA, which will cause skin cancer easily. And since a lot of people now spend a lot of time in their cars, whichever side of their body is directly closer to the windows typically gets the most sun damage. So if you're the driver in America and you drive on that left side, this side of your face typically has more sun damage, more age spots, and it's darker from the sun, you know. And then if you're the passenger, of course, in the United States, it just depends on where you sit, then the damage will be on the right side. But most people's damage is on the left because most people are the driver. They take themselves to work, school, stuff like that, and they spend a lot of time close to that window. Now, I did find a small video on it. There are probably a ton more. I just haven't found them. But this one seems to be very good, and I want you to have it, so it's in the description below. Now, hi, Thumper. Chill. Now he's just going to go right behind me and do it. Anyway, so obviously you can get sunscreen. You can buy a very cheap film to go over your car windshield or windows that is clear, actually. So check that out. But you can also like go to a tinting place and ask them if they have it and have them put it on. The only reason we haven't had these car windows tinted, and we wanted them tinted, we had another car just like this one. We decked it out. It had really expensive rims on it. We're talking $1,500 rims. Not big, bulky rims, just pretty ones. I don't know. My husband I don't care about rims. As long as the car goes round and round, I'm good. But I don't care what it looks like. I do want it to be pretty, but not $1,500 pretty. I don't care about that. But we had the windows tinted. It was, I think it was between $200 and $400. I can't really remember. And the only reason we haven't done it to this one is right after we did all that wonderful work, a very foggy day caused my husband to run through a field and total the car. But luckily he was okay because he was like this far from a telephone pole in that field. He did take out a telephone box though. But it was so foggy when he called me to come get him, I couldn't see the roads or tell which road was which when I was trying to turn to the turnoff. And these are roads we know very well, but I couldn't tell which one was which or where I was even at. It was very disorientating. I was like, dude, you should have just turned around and came home. But work schedules, you know, if you call in, you lose this, and if you call out, you lose that. And on certain days like that, when you can prove it's that foggy or that dangerous, there should be no consequence. But I know a lot of people would use that. So anyway, that's the reason we haven't had the windows tinted. And this is also the reason I haven't had the windshield fixed. Because, God, if it breaks down, if it blows up, if we run through a field, we just lose whatever money we put into it. Well, I'm on a tangent. I'm so sorry. But anyway, that's why we haven't had the windows tinted yet. Though the car would look much better with window tinting. So, because of that, a good film on the car windows or getting it tinted by a place, and you can ask them which tinting has that UVA protection. That would be great for your skin. For skin, not only avoiding skin cancer, but age spots and aging. So, you know, I mean, that's why one part of your face tends to age more than the other, is being close to sunlight through glass. Look into it. It's very interesting. So, I mean, it's just that I had that thought that I bet it came from being in the car. I bet it did. And then, you know, I did find some evidence to back that up. So I was very pleased with that. So I am going to also buy a sunblock that is easy to use and easy to keep in the car and not crazy thick. One of my biggest problems with putting on a cream or a lotion is where we work. Now, when we're just on trips, you know, you can use any sunblock. But where we work, anything and everything I put on is just going to melt. It's going to melt right off. Any lotions, any creams, it's just not going to last. My feet might be protected because it all melts down to it. But yeah, but I do want to get something that's easy to apply, just like a spray, and that works really well because I'd like to protect my skin not only from skin cancer, but from aging. I'm 42 years old. I'm a grandmother, so if I have some wrinkles in some age places, that's just fine. But I want to avoid excess damage if I can. And you see these red spots here? These are actually not, well, as far as I know, they're not sun damage. It's flat surface. It feels smooth to the touch, but it looks raised and bumpy. And this is, as far as I know, rosacea. I have it on my cheeks as well. And without my makeup, my skin looks bumpy. It looks lumpy. But it's not. There's no bumps, no lumps, it's just smooth skin. It just doesn't look that way. And I don't know if rosacea has anything to do with the sun. I do know when you get hot, it does like come out. So I imagine it could do that. But That's, as far as I know, not aging damage, just, but I do want to still protect it, and if I can avoid excess damage or extra damage there, I need to do that in here too. Now, I do have makeup with sunblocks in it. I do have waterproof makeup with sunblocks in it, which is what I use. But so this part is generally, which I don't always wear makeup, y'all know that, but it's usually protected. This part and down, not so much. And definitely not my scalp. Man, I am telling you, I'm going to get one of those big brim hats and I'm going to wear that sucker everywhere. If I get out of the car, it's going on my head. My head burns. I can't even use a comb. I mean, I did, but I had to be careful. Allergies. But anyway, so yeah, sunblock. Sunblock window tinting that has UVA protection. That would be a good thing for everybody. Now, there are some other things. I stopped using something a while back, even though I was starting to see results really, really clearly. And I was like, wow, that looks good. Only I wasn't sure if it came from this thing or this thing, and one thing was kind of expensive. And I thought, well, let's just let that go, because everything is getting expensive and it's hard to, maintain your bills and buy the things you need while getting some of your wants met. So things are getting expensive, Gas doubled, everything doubled. Y'all know this. But I stopped buying it. And then I started seeing a reverse of the effects that I had seen that I was really, really pleased with. So I went out and bought some, which I'll share with you in just a second. I saw a product, though. You know how they do on Facebook. They pick up your thoughts and they run with them. The product was like, okay, and I'm watching. It's like a 45-minute presentation. And I'm feeling like an idiot, but I'm like watching anyway. But they did give the list of ingredients that were in that. And I was like, I could probably buy all of that stuff at Walmart. And you can, but it's more expensive than the thing they sell when you buy all the products they were talking about. So, yeah, they can buy it in bulk and stick it in a little tiny capsule and you don't have to take 10 things. Anyway, some of the stuff I did buy because I happened to find it, and it was going along with one of the things I bought anyway that I do know that works, or I feel that works. So what was in the product? And this product was called Total Beauty Matrix by Miami MD. Y'all know. Anyway, it had like 400 milligrams of collagen in it, saw palmetto, lysine, silica, 100% vitamin C, 200 milligrams of minerals. Of course, that's where they get you because you don't know what those minerals are, and 5 milligrams of biotin. Which, again, most of the stuff you can get right in Walmart, right? Or your local store, wherever you go. I guess Target has that. I've never been in a Target. I don't know. Hold on, now. Alright, so I swung by Walmart the other day. They didn't have what I wanted. But the one I went to yesterday, the one in our local area, did. Now, one reason I stopped using this is because I started using this, which was a vitamin C serum, right around the time I started noticing the effects of, the anti-aging look. However, I was still using this when I stopped using that, and the anti-aging effects that I was seeing went away. So, I was starting to see a lot of change in the fine lines and stuff. And I also bought this, which is vitamin C in a bottle. These aren't the best versions. Let's not beat around the bush. There are better versions. There are made in America versions, and I would definitely recommend getting those. But this was what was on the Walmart shelf. So, vitamin C. Vitamin C. Why did I get 2 vitamin C's? Because vitamins work better from the inside out, because that's where your skin starts at. That's where it grows from. The outer layer, that's the slush that's about to fall off, that's going to become dust all around your house. The inner layers, it works better to start from inside out. This, I thought it was working, but then I realized, no, it's not this. Although, there's nothing wrong with using that if you want to. Now, what I thought, what I wanted, I did notice working was the organic collagen peptides. And it's unflavored. I put it in my coffee. It's in my coffee now. Somebody asked me if I put it in every cup of coffee I have. No, this would go way too fast. I put it in every morning cup of coffee I have. The first cup I have, I got a scoop in there, okay? So this is 1 scoop, and you get 10 grams of collagen peptides. It is from bovine, grass-fed bovine, so it's the good stuff. It's the good stuff. And that's the only ingredient in it, which I really love. Collagen peptides from bovine. And yeah, I like this one. I think it's pretty good. Let's see how much is in that. It does have some sodium, 50 milligrams. Calories, ooh, 35. Breaks my fast. Protein, 9 though. Collagen peptides, 10 grams. But I did, like I said, the last time I was using this, and I used it for like 2 months straight before I really started seeing the results, and I was like, well, I like that pretty good. And even with this stuff that Matrix MD, they recommend you use it 2 or 3 months before you see the results. So yeah, I started seeing it, so I bought some more. It's not the cheapest stuff, but if you want to get it a little cheaper with your first order, I have a link below to this stuff, and yes, I am affiliated with them because I like them, because they have keto products and this that work. So they are good. And let's see, you get 30% off your first order. So your first order, use that link below, save 30%, and then you can just get it at Walmart or whatever, because I can't save you anything after that first order. But also, I bought some of these because it was on that list, some saw palmetto. I've never heard of it. Well, I've seen it. I've never heard any use for it for a woman, because it says prostate health. But of course they said it was like a big deal. It's the second ingredient in their thing. So I did grab some, and we're going to try it out with the collagen peptides and see if that works. All right, so now we're going to get on to my keto supplements, what I'm currently using, currently taking. Although the collagen peptides, that is partially keto, probably the saw palmetto too, and the vitamin C, because of all the loose skin from weight loss. If that can help it be better and get rid of more skin, that's great too, right? So that does go along with it. So I am also taking some electrolytes plus some other vitamins. Right now I'm taking more than I usually do. Usually I don't take very much of anything, or anything at all, but there's a couple things I do recommend for everybody, and a couple things if you have a deficiency in it. So I have had a deficiency most of my life in vitamin D and vitamin B12. So I had to take B12 shots from my doctor, and I had to take vitamin D3 pills, well, vitamin D pills, I guess they were D3, from my doctor, which was 100 micrograms a day, 100 IUs, sorry. It was a lot though, but my levels weren't going up. I found these, and my levels went up to a normal, healthy level. So yeah, and going by that, I no longer had the vitamin D deficiency, no longer needed the doctor's vitamins or injections, so I keep using these. This is vitamin D3 K2. For those of you who do not know, and there's a link down below for the Amazon for both of these, if you want to get them for yourself, but this sucker lasts like 6 months. It does. It only takes 7 drops, not droppers, droplets, little like teardrop size droplets, just the one little drop. I say that and I reiterate that because I've had people saying, that's a lot to take. I'm like, what? 7 drops is a lot to take? No, not droppers, droplets. Little teeny tiny drops, okay? I don't want you to overdo on anything. When I take this, I literally take just what's at the tip there. It dropped in my coffee. That's all right. It tastes good. Just what's at the very tip there, and put it under my tongue and let it sit there for 30 seconds before swallowing. Same thing with these. These are sublinguals, which means they get into the bloodstream better. Taking a vitamin D or B12 into your gut usually doesn't work. I can't absorb vitamin B12 that way anyway. I have something, or had something called pernicious anemia. My body just would not absorb it, especially through my stomach. So it had to go under my tongue. But this is the B12 I'm getting. It's the same company, and they have some keto products too. They have some. I've got drops that go in, like electrolyte drops, rehydration drops is what they're called, that go in like my drink when I'm at work. So, but if I use too much of it, it could get too expensive. So I don't use it very much. And instead, I got me some electrolytes. All right, so I've showed y'all some of this before. This one thing I just got yesterday, but it's nothing too shocking. Anyway, you don't always need electrolytes on keto. You don't. And I'm going to be very real with you. People are talking about, you need to take this every day. No, you don't. Once you're in a good state of ketosis, you're not going to have to worry about the electrolytes as much. When you have to worry about electrolytes is when you're first starting keto, because it causes you to pee like crazy and get rid of all that fluid, all that excess water weight. So when you first start keto, you really need to supplement your electrolytes. or find a way to get them, which is very, very hard because magnesium, it's not as prevalent in foods as it once was. We used to get easily 500 milligrams from our food, from our farms, from the things we would eat. That's not the case anymore. Most of the farmland has been depleted from the magnesium and stuff, and it's very hard to get magnesium now. So, yeah, when you first start keto, when you're cycling in and out of ketosis, if you're intentionally, like having a cheat meal a week, you're coming in and out of ketosis fairly frequently. And at that point, you do need, if you're cheating a lot, or if you have a cheat meal, for the time after you cheat until you get back into ketosis and stay there for a little bit, you do need to supplement your electrolytes. Now, if you're not cycling in and out, if you're staying in a pretty good state of ketosis, if you're not peeing constantly like crazy, you really don't need that. Or in my case, where I'm cycling, where I'm accidentally cycling, that's not why, it's kind of like higher carb days and cheat meals, but, and then I work in an extremely hot environment where I'm literally dripping sweat for 12 hours a day. I need electrolytes. I need extra that word, extra electrolytes, okay? I need extra. I was trying to get it in certain ways, and it wasn't working out. It was causing a little cramps in the back of my legs, massive migraines, and that's at the point of the day where I'm just sweating so profusely, and I don't have a choice because I like my paycheck, and I actually like the work I do. I just can't wait for spring and fall and winter to get here. But then that just means summer's right around the corner again. So, you know, I can't wait for cooler weather. Anything under 70, it's not that hot in that building. But anything over 80, you're going to sweat a lot all day. Plus, North Carolina, it's muggy. It's wet regardless. So, yeah. These are the cheapo potassium I bought. I take 3 of these at night. Really, it's better to take these with something on your stomach. Potassium has a way of not doing so well with the stomach lining, so you really kind of need to eat and then take potassium. And you don't have to take 3. It's up to you. Pick what you need. But please, for the love of God, do not take 47 of them. People have done that, and they're lucky to be alive. So 2 or 3, okay? Just be smart about it. You will get potassium from some of your foods. There's potassium in meat. There's potassium in a lot of things you don't even know about. Bananas actually are kind of low on the list. So if you're eating a banana and saying, I can't be keto because I need a banana for potassium, what is it? An avocado has more. Steak has more. Beef has more potassium. So you don't need a banana. And again, I'm taking these because I'm cycling in and out a lot. These are the magnesium I'm taking currently. Again, better forms. You can buy USA made. These are just the ones I picked up cheapo at Walmart. When I thought about it, I was like, I really need to get some. So you can find better forms, and you can buy, which the chelate's not bad, but you can buy made in America or made in whatever country you're in. But yeah, and then I grabbed some cheapo pink Himalayan salt. And you can sprinkle this in your coffee. I think Miss Princess Ninja Melanie Hines says she does that. I don't really care for salty coffee. I did try it. It's not my favorite. But there is another way you can do this. And forgive me, I have washed my hands. But you can take it a little at a time, a pinch, or you can lick your hand. Sprinkle pink salt on it. Lick it off. Alright, so now if you are fasting in the mornings and you don't want to do anything to break your fast, since I just noticed those collagen peptides did have 35 calories in it, I would recommend you put it in a later day, a thing, something where you're getting ready to break your fast. If you're going to have coffee with a meal or some kind of hot beverage with a meal, you can put that in soda. In fact, I did. It thickens up the soda slightly, and it might foam right up at your cup. But you can put it in there, and it doesn't have a taste. It does change the texture just slightly, and it does change the ability to foam. So it works better in a hot drink. Tastes fine in my daggone Dr. Pepper, though. Diet Dr. Pepper, but yeah. Alright, so that is my current supplemental ritual of the day, although it sounds like a lot, and it kind of is, because normally I don't use this much stuff, but again, the electrolytes, that's become necessary, considering my work days. in the fall, in the spring, in the winter, that won't be so much of a problem for me. I won't be sweating so profusely. And hopefully I'll get my keto journey back on track properly where I'm not cycling in and out kind of constantly. So, yeah. But if you're new to keto, electrolytes. If you're cycling in and out, electrolytes. If you're sweating profusely, electrolytes. If you're going to pee way more than usual, you might have kicked yourself and not even known it and coming back into ketosis, at which point, electrolytes. But in your standard day-to-day keto journey, most likely you won't need them because you will get them from your foods. However, I do think I still recommend everybody take magnesium. That causes a lot of heart disease, the lack of magnesium. So, magnesium. And that's it. That's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, thumbs up. What are you doing for anti-aging and beauty? What are you doing for your electrolytes? Let me know in the description below if there's something I missed here that you guys thought. And if you've tried that Miami MD Total Beauty Matrix stuff, let me know. Because it's probably just cheaper to buy it from them than trying to get all the ingredients myself. What do you think? What do you think? All right. Much love, many prayers. Make your next meal keto. On to the next video, y'all.